Hi, today we're going to concentrate Nancy Clancy Seeks a Fortune. Chapter 2, Treasure Hunting. It was late afternoon. Nancy finished gluing gold glitter and pebbles to the bottom of an old pie pan. The pebbles were painted gold. Then she started writing her paragraph. She stuck in as many vivid that mean interesting words as she could think of. Long ago in days of yore, one-way prospectors discovered gold was by. Suddenly, a bell rang outside her window. It meant Bree had sent a message in her top-secret special delivery mailbox. The mailbox was actually a basket. It was strung from a rope between Nancy's bedroom window and Bree's. Nancy rattled in the basket and looked at the message. It was written in secret code. The trouble was she and Bree keep switching codes to make sure their messages stayed super secret. Which code were they using now? It took a minute before it came to her. She had to look at each letter and then jump back to the one before in the alphabet. B became A, C became B, and so on. The message was brief. It said, "Meet me in the clubhouse, now!" Oh la la, this sounded important, maybe even urgent. Finishing her homework would just have to wait. Nancy dashed downstairs and out the side door to the Clancy's backyard. She had just plopped down on one of the beanbag chairs in the clubhouse when Bree came bursting in. "Ta-da!" she cried and twisted an arm out toward Nancy. Bree was holding a long black rod with a big double ring on one end. "What on earth is that contraption?" Nancy asked. "A metal detector," Bree asked. "A metal detector?" Nancy sprang from the beanbag chair to take a closer look. "My dad needed to rent for solid gold chocolate bars." Bree's father worked at an advertising agency. He did way more fun stuff than Nancy's father, who helped people with their taxes. "We can try it out if we are careful." "For real?" Nancy clutched Bree's hand. "Who knows? We might find long-lost treasure. Fingers crossed!" Get rich quick as much as Nancy did. But she was more realistic. So she said, "Look, it'll be exciting if we just find some coins. Watch this." Bree pushed a button on top of the rod. Then she pointed the double ring. Tingle at the buckles on her shoes. Bleep, 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 went the metal detector. Da-ba-la-la. "Do it on me now." Nancy bent down so Bree could point the double rings at the silver brass barrettes in Nancy's hair. The metal detector bleeped wildly again. They didn't bother shooting to see who got to look for treasure first. Since the metal detector belonged to Bree, sort of, it seemed only fair to start in her yard. And went without saying that any treasure they had found, they had split even stepped in. They began at the far end of the yard by the fence. Slowly they worked their way toward the deck. The metal detector was much heavier than it looked. So they took turns walking in straight lines back and forth, across the grass, and the metal detector didn't bleep a lot. But every time it did, the girls stretched carefully to see what had it set off. Every hour they had found a key, a bent spoon, a top of a tuna fish can, a penny. "Maybe the key opens a treasure chest that's buried somewhere," Nancy said. But she didn't sound very convincing, not even to herself. "Nancy, face it, it's a house key. That's all." Bree handed over the metal detector. "Maybe we'll have better luck in your yard." Nancy's yard pretty much the same kind of stuff turned up. Only a fork instead of a spoon, not even a single penny. But now the sun was low in the sky. It was almost dinner time. Nancy walked Bree back home. They took the shortcut, squeezing through the tall bushes, spreading their yards. Suddenly the metal detector bleeped once more, not very loudly. "It won't turn out to be anything good," Bree said. Still, they both knelt in the dirt and felt around With her hands, Nancy touched something first. Her fingers wrapped around a very thin chain. Nancy gave a gentle tug and triple la la la. Suddenly a very grubby necklace was in the palm of her hand. Bree and Nancy both let out a scream. "That's one of Mrs. Devine gave you!" Bree explained. "The one you lost!" And then it was. For once, Nancy was speechless. She had never accepted to lay eyes on the necklace again. Nancy had often admired the necklace, which Mrs. Devine kept in a jewelry box. And then, surprise, surprise, Miss Devine presented it to Nancy on her last birthday. The necklace was more than 50 years old. Miss Devine said it was a piece of costume jewelry. That means the sparkly teardrops were rhinestones, not real diamonds. Nancy didn't care. It was like wearing a tiny chandelier around her neck. Then a month ago, the necklace had gone missing. After rubbing off more dirt, Nancy could see that the clasp on her chain didn't close all the way. That explained how it had gotten lost. I never ever even told Mrs. Devine I feel so bad. I thought it was my fault. I had been careless, but I wasn't. Wear it tonight when we go over to her house. Nancy smacked her forehead. Sacre bleu. That's French for yikes. I totally forgot. On Sunday, Nathan Dixon Raddick was on TV. Bree and Nancy always went to Mrs. Devine's to watch it. Every week, people bought in stuff from home and had it appraised. That means they found out what it was worth. Most of the time, stuff that looked like junk was just junk. But once in a while, a super ugly vase or a painting of crazy blobs turned out to be really valuable. That's always so thrilling to see. One woman fainted right on TV after hearing the good news. Sunday night counted as a school night. Of course, however, Bree and Nancy were allowed to watch the show since it was on public TV and counted as educational. But only if their homework was done. I haven't finished the writing part of my Gold Fever project. Actually, Nancy had hardly begun it. I may have to miss the show. "Nancy!" Bree shouted, irritated. She never left homework for the last minute. Never ever. At that very moment, the girls heard Nancy's mother calling her home for dinner. And Dixon Raddick would be coming on right after that. Maybe I can finish in time to see the end of the show, Nancy said. As she walked back to her house, Nancy told herself that even if she got stuck doing homework, finding the necklace was worth missing TV. Although she hadn't found any long-lost treasure today. She had found recently lost treasure. That's just a super. Bye.